What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making his debut on the channel tonight, we have John Fogerty. Yes, indeed. How about that? John Fogerty making his debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, JFK. Hope you enjoy the show, man. JFK wanted to see me react to this. It is John Fogerty with a tune called Born on the Bayou. Now, have I heard this song before? I think so. I think I have. I'm almost positive I've heard this song before. I'm not 100% sure. I hear a melody in my head. Every time I look at that title, Born on the Bayou, I hear a melody in my head. Now, it's very possible that I'm getting this melody mixed up with another song or several other songs from from Creedence Clearwater Revival. So I don't know. I don't know 100% if I'm right in my assumption or not. I guess we're going to have to find out. But in any case, whether I've heard it or not, if I start listening to this song and it hits me and I go, oh yeah, this is it, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was, oh my gosh. You etre déjà vu, I hope, that's how you pronounce it. And the video has 165,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. John Fogerty, Born on the Bayou, Reminiscence. It looks like we have a live performance, so good news. Even if I have heard this song before, and it turns out, yeah, I've heard it, I recognize it, that's okay. We still have a live show I can react to. So no matter what, we're going to be okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Actually, I don't recognize it. Which we get the chorus before I make it. Find that bass line. Oh, nice. Okay, we're back in the vocals now. Thank you. I can pause. Okay. Two things. One, I do not recognize the song. So I guess I'm thinking of another song, probably from Creedence Clearwater Revival. I don't know if the song was ever a Creedence Clearwater Revival song. This might be a solo project song, or it might be a Creedence song that he took and is performing with his solo career. But in either case, I don't recognize it. So that's number one. I'm blanking. I had something else I wanted to discuss, and I do not remember it. Oh, this is great. Oh, I love it when this happens. Okay, never mind. I guess it wasn't that important. I don't remember. Anyway, okay, fine. Maybe it'll come back to me. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Solid. Good. No complaints. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm blown away by this, because I'm not. But at the same time, I got no complaints. So let me get my thoughts together. Let me come up with a score for this, and I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was John Fogerty with Born on the Bayou. This was a request from JFK, and this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of July for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, JFK. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay. Okay. I have a score, and I know I'm going to give the score, and John Fogerty fans and CCR fans are going to absolutely lose their minds on it. But if you hear me out and you hear where I'm coming from, I think it will. You may not. You still are probably not going to like what I'm going to say, but I think you'll at least understand where I'm coming from. So, oh boy, I'm going to regret this. I know it, but I don't care. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to give my absolute honest opinion on what I heard, what I saw, and what I experienced. So, having said that, brace yourselves, folks. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 5.8. Yep, 5.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why? A riot is an ugly thing. But I think that it is just about time that we head back!
Okay, first things first, a 5.8. What does that mean? Well, a 5.8 would translate to a okay skill rating. So we're not down the bads, folks. We're still in the positive. An okay scale rating, which would also equate out to 3 out of 5 stars and a C+ letter grade. Yeah, C+. So there you go, a 5.8 okay skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a C+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Oh boy, so glad you asked. Everything here was solid, okay? It was fine. I didn't hear anything bad. I didn't hear anything that stuck out like a sore thumb. I didn't hear anything that made me cringe. I didn't hear anything that would put a negative spin on the song in any way, shape, or form. There's absolutely no reason to take this song and put it down into the 4s or the 3s or the 2s or the 1s, okay? We are going to be in the positives with this, without question, okay? By the same token, I'm also looking at the song objectively, and I got to ask the question, and by listening to this song and looking at everything from an objective standpoint, is there anything in this song, comparatively to every other act, every other band, every other artist that we've ever had on the channel, is there any reason to put this up in the 9s other than people's obsession and devotion to say, it's John Fogerty. He deserves to be in the 9s because he's John Fogerty. Folks, that is your opinion. You are absolutely entitled to it. But looking at this song, the song, I can care less who wrote it. Looking at this song objectively, does this song deserve to be up in the 9s other than it was written by John Fogerty? Absolutely not. No. Take the name out of the equation. Just look at the song objectively. Any reason the song belongs to the 9s? Absolutely not. It is a very simple song, simply executed, but solidly. Okay, it's a solid execution without question in a live setting to boot. But looking at the songwriting, does the songwriting deserve a 9? No. No. Take the name out of this. Take the name John Fogerty and erase it from this song. Looking at the song objectively, looking at the song for what it actually is, does this deserve to be up in the 9s? Absolutely not. How about the 8s? Nope. How about the 7s? Absolutely not. How about the 6s? Maybe, possibly. I can see how some people would say this deserves a 6. I can see that, okay? But I've even seen 6s that have been more impressive than this song. So that's why I'm putting it into the 5. It's in the high 5s, and the live show had something to do with that. I'll be honest with you, folks. I wasn't expecting a whole lot from the live show, but we got more than I was expecting. I saw some crowd interaction. I saw some stage interaction. We had a little bit of stage energy. John was moving around a little bit, okay? Stage presence was there, yeah. Production, surprisingly, I dug that set. Designed the way it was. Considering who John Fogerty is, the type of songs that he writes, I think the song, I think the set was actually very appropriate. Having the entire show done on that set, I think that makes great sense. But the entire thing can't be about that. You gotta look at the song. The song is what's most important here. And it's an okay song. It is. It was done solidly. It was done well. It sounded good. It sounded clean. But looking at this song from an objective standpoint, from a songwriting point of view in particular, it's very basic. It's very simple. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. They didn't do anything bad. There was nothing about this that made me go, ooh, or maybe go, ooh, ooh. You know, there wasn't anything that happened during the course of this performance, during the songwriting, the execution of the song. Nothing made me cringe. Nothing made me think twice about, you know, my existence on this planet. Nothing made me, you know, go, oh, why in the world did they do that? No, I never felt that, okay? It's a nice song. It's a well-written song. It's a well-constructed song. But there's really nothing impressive about this song, other than the fact, and this is where fandom and fanaticism come into play, other than the fact that John Fogerty wrote it. I mean, if we were to put anybody else at the end of that and attach anybody else's name to this song, would you have the exact same, you know, knee-jerk reaction? I don't think you would. You know, I don't think John Fogerty fans would be nearly as upset as I'm sure they are right now. To me, giving it a 5.8. You know, let's say we put BB King at the end of that, attached BB King's name to the song, and say that BB King wrote it. Would John Fogerty fans be nearly as upset? No, they wouldn't. They would probably be agreeing with me, okay? Take the name out of the equation. I hate it when people say, well, because John Fogerty wrote the song, it deserves a 9. Really? Really? That's just blind devotion at that point. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna fall into that trap. You know, people will say to me, well, take your favorite band. You know, what about your favorite band, DH? What about your favorite artist? You know, would you give it, you would say that every song they wrote deserves a 9. Actually, no. Looking at Kiss songs, I would never give a Kiss song a 9. I would never give a Kiss song an 8. There's not one song by Kiss I would ever put up in the 8. The highest I would ever give them is 7. And there's only a select few that I would put up in the 7. Most Kiss songs I would put down to 6. Most. 6s and 5s. And I'm going to say this too. Sorry, Kiss fans. There are some songs that deserves 4s and 3s. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be realistic. I'm not going to be a blind devotee. And before people go, you're being disrespectful to John Fogerty, being disrespectful to the legendary John Fogerty. No, I'm not. I'm being realistic, okay? I have all the respect in the world for John Fogerty. I think it's more disrespectful to, you know, put him up on a pedestal and say that everything he deserves, everything he's ever done deserves a 9. I think that's disrespectful. It's much more realistic, I think. And by being realistic, I think it's more respectful to the artist as a whole. So that's just how I personally feel. I mean, I know there's going to be people who disagree with me on that. But honestly, by not putting him up on a pedestal, by treating him as a human being and treating him as an artist just like every other artist out there, holding him to the same standards, I think is far more respectful. So I know there's going to be people who don't like that, and that's fine. You know, they don't have to like it, but they have to at least understand and respect that that's my point of view.
Now, who can argue with that?
Reverend!
So, yeah, a 5.8. I think between the live show and the songwriting, that's exactly where we belong. So, it's a good, it's good, it's solid. I got no issue with it. At the end of the day, looking at the song objectively, I think the song is okay. So, and that's why we're getting the 5.8, which, like I said, would be an okay scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a C+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I've spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.